Good morning and Happy New Year. Well, welcome to 2021 and, in one sense, being like we are today is not how we might have wanted it. Sadly, the sadness that this pandemic brings just continues, and we want to be those who mourn with those who mourn. We want to be those who are supporting and looking after each other in these rather dark times. The good news, of course, is that hopefully by the grace of God we now have these vaccines, which we trust by God's grace will mean there may be a significant change to things as we progress through 2021. A number of you have asked me what is happening with church and what church will look like, and that's a good question. I have PCC meetings with St Ethelburgers on Monday, St Matthews on Tuesday, to just think through what our options are over the weeks to come. In Tier 4, churches are allowed to remain open, and that is something the bishops have lobbied for. And so we've got to make the right decision of how much in-person worship we continue with and how much online worship we have and what the form of that online worship will take. So I really appreciate your prayers as we seek to chart a wise course balancing the in-person with the online. There's not always straightforward, and of course I've got to do that across the life of two churches, and different churches have different needs and reflecting their different congregations and their different cultures. So just pray for wisdom as we seek to work together. It remains my conviction, of course, that we can always do more together as two churches than either of us can on our own. But we turn this morning to begin a new series. We're going to turn to Matthew's Gospel. And we're going to be looking today at John the Baptist. But I thought we'd begin with a psalm. In the times of darkness as it feels, we need to continue to lift our eyes to God. Our hope, ultimately our hope, is in nothing of this world. Our hope is in Jesus Christ and Him alone. He is the one who gives us the hope of eternal life, the hope of a better future, a hope of a place with no suffering. And He alone can bring it. So why don't you join with me and let's just say Psalm 98 together. Sing to the Lord a new song, for He has done marvellous things. His right hand and His holy arm have worked salvation for Him. The Lord has made His salvation known and revealed His righteousness to the nations. He has remembered His love and His faithfulness to Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the Lord with the harp and the sound of singing, with the trumpets and the blast of the ram's horn. Shout for joy before the Lord the King. Let the sea resound and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. Let the rivers clap their hands, let the mountains sing together for joy. Let them sing before the Lord, for He comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and the peoples with equity.